Hi guys, it is Cara theBubblelush, and today Hannah is 1 year and 5 days old. And this is a big event because a year ago, when Hannah was only 5 days old, my milk came in. And at that point, we were able to stop supplementing with formula. And since then, we have been breastfeeding. So this today marks our 1 year breastfeeding goal. And that is amazing. It's amazing. It's something that did not seem like it was going to be attainable. For those of you that have followed our journey, you will know that I had a very traumatic labor and delivery, and Hannah had to go to the NICU. Are you so sad? Are you tired? Hannah had to go to the NICU, and they gave her formula. And I know it's very sad. So sad. And because of that, it just gave us, it was a really hard start. And it has been kind of tough ever since, but we were able to overcome all the hurdles and meet my goal of breastfeeding for a year. So, to me, this is a momentous day. It is, I think it's always a good idea to set goals and try to meet them. Some things are totally out of your power, but Hannah and I really worked hard to get to this day, and so I want to celebrate it. And it is by no means putting down any mothers that didn't breastfeed to a year. It is nothing about that. Today is just all about celebrating how amazing it is that we met our goal. I know that every mother and baby's breastfeeding relationship is different, and this is what ours is, and so we just want to celebrate, and we want to invite you to celebrate with us. Hannah, you be crazy, girl. So, I cannot take all the credit, and neither can Hannah. Yes. But there are a lot of products and resources and some people that that we need to thank, because without them we wouldn't be here. So I wanted to take today to recognize some amazing companies and products and resources and people that helped us get here. Yeah, this is not an inclusive list because that would take me forever, but I did want to recognize some just total all-stars. Hi. Hannah is very excited. So, I'm not going to have time to do a complete product review of each of the things I mentioned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the product, talk a little bit about them, and then I'm going to encourage you to go click the link below to my blog, and there will be more pictures, product information, links to their website, to their Facebook page, and maybe even some more stuff. We'll get into it. No, I would not be here without my pump. I use a Medela Freestyle. I'm a working mom. I work 30 hours a week outside the home, and that means that I had to pump 3 times a day for the first year. Isn't that right? I've just now gotten down to 2 times a day, and that's been amazing. But I wouldn't be here if I hadn't been pumping that whole time. So a big shout out to Medela and their products. I love my freestyle pump, but a lot of girls use the pumping style, and they love it too. So, I was recently selected to be one of Medela's mom mavens. So if you have any questions about their products, feel free to give me a little shout out, and either I will find the answer, or if I know it, I'll tell you. Hi. But I appreciate all that Medela does. They make great quality pumps, and even though they are an upfront investment, like I said, I wouldn't be here without my pump. Are you looking for a toy? Like this? Whoop. Yeah, okay. So I want to talk to you guys about the Milky's Milk Saver. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but basically what it is it goes in your bra when you're either nursing. Watch, Hannah, careful. When you're either nursing, or if you have like a one-handed pump. So what happens is when you let down, usually you leak into like a breast pad or your shirt or down your chest, or like it's kind of a mess sometimes, especially in the beginning. Later on, you don't leak as much, but in the beginning, you leak a lot. So what happens is you put this in your bra, and there's a hole in the back, and you put your nipple through there. I know it seems a little weird. This is a hard piece of plastic inside. You can take it out. It's really easy to clean this whole thing. It's basically just 2 pieces, and they fit together really easily. But your nipple hangs out in this free space, and not only does it let it kind of breathe and get some air, which is awesome, but when you let down, the milk just collects in here, and you'll be done with a nursing session and you take this out. I've been shocked before. There were days, and again, I didn't get this until Hannah was like 6 months old, I think, that I collected like an extra 4 to 5 ounces just by using this at every feeding and switching sides, you know, when Hannah switched sides. The great thing is that the milk collects in here. It's sitting in your bra, so it's totally supported. You take it out, the milk collects, and then you just kind of pinch it together, and it's a totally fantastic spout. And you just pour it into your milk bag, the bottle you're going to give your baby, the bottle it's, you know, you're going to put in the freezer, whatever you do, wherever you need this extra milk. But it's a great way of building up your freezer stash, collecting that extra milk without doing anything. It would have just gone into a breast pad and you would have lost it. But this way you're able to save the milk. Thus it is called a Milky's Milk Saver. Along that line, I wanted to talk about Earth Mama Angel Baby. Excuse me. Earth Mama Angel Baby. So I have been using their Milkmaid tea throughout the past year. I love it. I think it tastes great. This is what it looks like. Milkmaid tea. And I have also used their natural nipple butter, which is amazing. I talked about this in my breastfeeding updates. No toxins, hospital recommended, is not tested on animals. It's vegan friendly. And the great thing about it, the thing that I love so much is that Earth Mama Angel Babies is an Oregon-based company. Like, they're right there. They're like my neighbors. And I didn't realize that until just recently, and it makes me love them even more. Yeah. So, but the thing I didn't know that they carried, and I wish I had, and again, I would have been using it all the time, especially in the early days when you're like getting gorged, it's their booby tubes. Isn't it amazing? All right. So they are a warm or cool compress, and they look like this. You can either store them in the freezer and wear them in your bra, or you can microwave them for like 20 to 40 seconds, and it'll help you with your letdown. So it either helps with encouraging letdown or helping with engorgement. There's 2 in the box. Hannah just took the other one out. And the great thing is that these are so, like, you know, no one would know what this is. If I took this to work and threw it in the microwave, they would just think like I had a sore back or something, but really I was going to go put it in my boobs so that maybe one of my pumping sessions would go a little better. So, awesome booby tubes. The great thing is, all 3 of these products and this super cute bag come in Earth Mama Angel Baby's Breastfeeding Essentials pack. I'm going to be doing a more in-depth review on this on my blog later this week. But go, if you check out my blog today with all the products I listed today, you will get a coupon code for a on your next purchase. Oh, said better. And I can't encourage you enough. They have a wide range of products, not just breastfeeding, also pregnancy. And I love that they recognize, they recognize that those that go through a miscarriage or an infant loss are also mothers, and they are also going through postpartum, and they have products geared directly towards them as well. So they have such a well-rounded product line, and I really feel like they support us mothers, so I like to support them. Isn't that right? Yes. And no toxins, so that's perfect. When I came home from the hospital, I had family and friends that visited. And, you know, when I was newly postpartum, it was kind of awkward. I had these engorged boobs. I didn't really know what I was doing with them as far as feeding Hannah. I felt kind of weird about my body because I had the postpartum belly. It was just kind of a awkward phase. None of my pregnancy clothes fit right. My pre-pregnancy clothes certainly didn't fit. So one item that I wore all the time was my Glamour Mom transition tank. So Glamour Mom, this is what their logo looks like. I wear an extra large. But they have a great line of nursing bras and nursing tanks and shirts and stuff. This is Ellie the elephant. She's modeling my tank for me today. Anyway, the transition tank is great though because it is cut super long. I'm 6 feet tall and it fit me wonderfully. And it's cut roomier in the tummy. So I have worn it at 42 weeks pregnant, 6 weeks postpartum, a year postpartum, and it fits wonderfully. It's not super tight, so it looks great, and it comes in white, gray, and black. The clasp is slightly different. It's not a hook. It is a totally front, so it's very subtle. Only bad thing about black is that it's harder to capture on film. And you just bend it forward and open it. It's like that. Like that. So it's harder to do with one hand. Some of them are really easy to do with one hand. This one's a little harder, but it looks better out in public, I think, because it doesn't look so obvious like it's a nursing tank. So you open this down. Again, it's hard to see because it's black, but the inside of the outer cover, the outer layer, the inside, has mesh with a little hole in it so that you can put your nursing pad in here. And then the part that is actually up against your skin is a triangle with a hole in it. So you get lots of great coverage. Plus, this is probably not their intention, but I use it all the time as a hands-free nursing pump bra thing. I put the flange of the the flange of my pump through the hole. I fit it, and then I kind of close it back up. And so it's kind of held in place like that. And I just pump hands-free with my tank. Now, granted, I guess it could stretch out the neckline a little bit, but I haven't had that problem. That's why I love the Glamour Mom tanks. They fit so well. They, like I said, they fit me when I was pregnant, and they fit me when I'm a year postpartum, and I love them. That's great. You are a busy girl today. It must be because you're 1 year and 5 days old. Or because you want to breastfeed. I'll hold you. So, have you noticed our shirts? Good job, Hannah. Good job. This is a shirt I bought. Breastfeeding is beautiful. And, which it totally is. And Hannah is wearing her breastfed shirt. It's a onesie. In 18 months. And they are from Milk for Thought, which is a website. They did have a bus that went around. You're so loud. La 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 la. No? Okay. They had a bus that went around the whole country. Their Portland stop, I think, was their 3rd or 4th stop, and I didn't hear about it until the day after. It was in a news article recapping the event, and I'm so bummed because it was less than 5 miles from my house, and I missed it. So, but I wanted to support their cause because I think it's great what they're doing. Their website they're currently building, it's going to try to be a resource, like an all-in-one place that you can go and learn about lactation consultants in your area and talk about breastfeeding, and they're just so supportive of us moms that are breastfeeding. So again, I wanted to support them, and I bought this shirt, and I bought the onesie for Hannah because I thought it was just too cute. Oh, good hug. And they are offering a coupon code for you guys, so to read more about that and to get a link to their website, check out my blog, because I think everyone that breastfeeds wants this shirt because it is beautiful, and breastfeeding is beautiful. So, I love the shirt. It's such a pretty color, too. So one thing I had a hard time with after Hannah was born was the idea of going out and breastfeeding in public. For a while there, I planned all of our outings in, for that tiny little 2-hour window between feedings, and eventually it just got to the point where it was hard to live life that way, and I had to embrace the idea of nursing in public. Some people are, this is no big deal for them, and others, it takes them some time to kind of overcome and, be okay with the idea of nursing in public. Sometimes it's just an issue of you're still learning the technique of breastfeeding. And one thing that really helped me and helps a lot of moms is the nursing covers. Some people call them neck dresses. Some people call them hooter hiders or udder covers, or there's lots of different brands. But I really like my udder cover. I got it when I was pregnant. I use it all the time. It's a constant in my diaper bag. And not only does it help breastfeeding in public, but it's also great to keep in your pumping bag. And sometimes I have to pump in awkward places because of my job. And I'm able to just put my udder cover on and cover up my pump. And I think psychologically it just makes it easier for me to pump because I'm covered up. So no one's going to get any little sneak peeks. So that helps me let down and produce more. So I am going to include a link in my blog for to get your own udder cover. So there is a great woman named Linda. She has a wonderful craft blog, and she has an Etsy, I always pronounce it wrong, store. It's called Ruffled Begonia, and on there she has a pattern for a super cute ruffled nursing cover. For those of you that want to make your own with your own fabric and your own contrasting fabric and boning and straps, and maybe make it a little wider or longer or whatever, she has a pattern for you. So one of you guys is going to win a free download. I'm going to have it as a completely separate blog entry, so all the comments for that giveaway are going to be on that blog entry. I'll link it on my Facebook. If you're not already following me on Facebook, do so. First name Carla, last name theBubblelush. And later I will include a link for that, and I'll remind you as the week goes on that giveaway is going on, because I want you not only to check out her Etsy website, but also to check out her craft blog, because she is super creative, and I really appreciate what she's doing. So that giveaway is happening. So I think that is about it. Hannah has run off somewhere, but I wanted to thank all of you for following us on our journey, and I know I have one person that I need to thank more than anyone else, and that is Jessica. Jessica is the one that donated her freezer stash to Hannah and has allowed me to continue pumping and not have to supplement with formula, but instead to supplement with breast milk. It's something that my husband and I discussed, and we were comfortable with it as a family. I wanted to continue pumping, but it was getting really stressful knowing that I was no longer able to keep up with Hannah's daily need. And so I talked to Jessica about it, and she had no problem, and she donated the rest of her freezer stash to us. So without her and her wonderful donation, we would not be here today. So if you are having issues with your supply and you've tried the tea and you've tried pumping extra, but you're just having a hard time, I would encourage you to look into your local milk bank, Eats on Feets, that kind of thing. So I'm going to include links to those as well down below in my blog. But again, I just wanted to give a very heartfelt thanks to Jessica, because she's wonderful and we wouldn't be here without you. And Hannah really likes that she gets to share her lunch with Ethan, I guess. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for following our journey. And yeah, thank you so much for all your support. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. And again, check out my blog for coupon codes, giveaways. It is a huge celebration, because making it to 1 year as a working mom is an amazing thing, and I'm very proud of myself. So I wanted to share my excitement with all of you. Thanks, guys.